Now we know the rain is coming, but God's rain can also come into your life. God wants to plant a garden. You see, there's something in the Bible that I read, it's called the final flight. A departure. Out of this world into another. Death is not an end. Death is a departure. It's a flight. Just like you get on an airplane and you fly out to another place. That's exactly what death is according to the scriptures. And the Bible tells me there's only two flights. One is doomed. There's many that are going to depart on the flight that is doomed. It's going to leave this world into the other world. It's going away from God. It's going to outer darkness. Now, some of you aren't concerned about that. You don't have the fear of God in you, obviously. But listen right now. Whether you believe in God or not, you can still take advantage of the goodness of God. Man, go out there, get a nice meal, go for a walk, hang out with some friends. You got some skills God has given you. Take advantage of that. There's going to come a day you're going to be on the final flight, and if it's the one that's doomed, you're going to be away from God. Every form of God's goodness and even His saving grace will no longer be available. You'll be going into outer darkness. Now that's the first flight. The second flight is not doomed, it's destined. Where? The Father's house. Because Jesus said. Jesus said, I go. He was going on a flight. He said, in my Father's house are many mansions. If we're not so, I would have told you. I go and prepare a place for you. Now, I don't know what it was like growing up in your father's house. Maybe you saw things and you experienced things that you never should have seen. Why? Because your father isn't perfect. And my father wasn't perfect. But this father is perfect. I'm telling you right now, I don't care how the enemy has lied to you, and I don't care how he's used the adversities in your life to harden you. I want to tell you one thing. There's a perfect father, and he has a house, and there is a flight. Everybody here's got a ticket. You possess a ticket right now, one flight or the other. And listen, I say possess. It's not about what you profess. Man, you can profess whatever you want, man. You can say, yeah, man, I believe in God. I'm devout. Man, I'm a good person. Man, I'm religious. Man, I'm this. Man, I'm that. Okay, but what do you possess? What have you got within you? And Jesus says, what you have within you, it's either one of two things. He says, either you're that good tree that produces good fruit, or either the tree is corrupt. And I want to tell you right now, nobody is good in and of themselves. The Bible says sin knocked on the door, we opened it, we answered it, it came in. Corruption. Corruption. Doesn't matter how hard you try and be good. If sin came in, you're corrupt. Even the works, even your own efforts, corrupt. But Jesus Christ is knocking on the door. Wants to come in. Wants to pull the bitter roots. Matter of fact, he wants to pull every corrupt root. The whole society just trying to wash and cover up the surface problems, but they're not be able to get down the root because it's a supernatural work of God to get right down to the root of things. Those things that came into our life and what they did, and he wants to pull every single one and plant. That's what Jesus Christ does. He plants a garden in our life. And he makes the tree good. Now I'll tell you something about this garden. Let me tell you something right now. You see, in the flesh and outside the grace of God, you only have one spring and one summer, and that's it. Everything else is going to be a fading season for you and me, in the natural. Right now, you might be in your spring, you might be enjoying your summer, and then that's it. You got fall and you got winter. And you're going to see those leaves fall off the tree. You can't stop the aging. You can't stop the fading. But God plants a garden in our hearts, in our lives, by His grace, and those roses will never fade. It's the supernatural work of God, and those fruits remain through every single season. And it bears forth fruit. The Bible says in Psalm 1, His fruit in His season. And you get to take advantage of it. But what you got to do, and what I got to do, we got to look inside, and we got to say, what do I really possess? Not what I profess to be. Not what I claim to be, not what I think I am. What is in me? What's coming out of me? What am I really? What comes out of my mouth? What are the things that I say? What is my very lifestyle when no one's around, when no one's watching me? What do I possess? That's what it is. And He would come in and He would cause you to possess something so real by His work. By His work, friends. You can't do it. You've just got to be willing to receive it, and then you'd have that ticket. for the final flight. Not the one that's doomed, the one that's destined to the Father's house. Heaven's going to be a beautiful terminal. When's the last time you've been to an airport? You got to go to an airport every once in a while. You just got to sit down and watch all the people. They're waiting for their loved ones. Sometimes they haven't seen them in a month or maybe a year, and man, they get so excited. They come through just like that. And man, Heaven's terminal is going to be like that. I can't say that for the one that's doomed. It will be totally different. But Heaven's terminal is going to be a wonderful place. And your ticket can be changed for the final flight. It's all about the final flight. Your destination, your life, what you possess, the grace of God. Receive it, friends. Call upon Him today. We're living right now in the day and age where the Bible says anybody calls upon the name of the Lord, they can be saved. Drug addiction, all kinds of addictions and burdens that you might be carrying. We're now living in an age right now where they that call upon the name, just to call upon His name in sincerity and say, Lord, I want a change in my life. I want a new course. I want freedom. I want to get into a place of depth with you. And we're living right now in that time that the prophets spoke about because of what Christ has done. That literally a call upon the name of the Lord can begin salvation in your life.